Hey there, this is Robbie at tech-tut.com, and I have a public apology to make about what I said 3.5 years ago about high-tech compilers from Microchip. Up to that point, all I knew was BASIC, and I was moving on to see if I could program in C. So I went with CCS. It was a little better documented, in my opinion, but high-tech C is possible. I think that there needs to be a few more examples out there, and I think I'm going to work on that as time rolls on. But the things that I said may not have been true. Now, I'm going to try my best to go through here and put some lines through some of the text in this original article, which you can find at tech-tut.com / P equals sign 269. This is article number 269 according to how WordPress counts. Now, the people that did call me out, I'm happy that you said, yeah, what you did say. I wish you'd have said more and corrected me, because high-tech C does work. That's what I'm finding out. And that's what I did today. I finished my college coursework. I have time to play now. I have time to tinker. And I'm able to show that it works. High-tech C does work. Now, it does take a little more work to make it work, but it's kind of fun. From what I've learned doing Freescale, which I used the Code Warrior in Freescale, I took that knowledge that I learned in college and applied it to Microchip. Now, I wish that I could have learned this 3 years ago. I could have saved myself some money by using high-tech instead of buying a $150 compiler that, well, I only bought the Windows version of it. But as you see here, I'm working in Ubuntu 11.10 with I forget what this version of the GUI is called, the front end here, but it's not the GNOME, it's something else. But anyways, 2008, I said a bunch of dumb stuff here. It's probably funny to read now, all the stuff that I wrote here. Comments are open. If you want to make comments about it and tell me to fix something before I get to it, by all means do it. Be nice about it. I do censor all comments before they're posted. I don't like foul language, but okay, that's enough about me. If you've got something constructive to say, by all means, feel free, tell me. The one thing that I do like about the comments on my website is whatever name you type in there is put there, and it's not an anonymous thumbs down like YouTube. But if you feel like thumbs down and me, whatever, that's your prerogative. I'm just out here to say I was wrong and to show you that it is possible, and I think most people know that it's probably possible, and they could have been telling me, hey, you're dumb for saying that, and I would have probably said, yeah, you're right. So in 2011, I did go find the user manual for high-tech, and it's there. The user manual works. We found out. Well, I found out today. So here we go. Minimizing tech-tut.com. We'll pull up first MPLab X. There it is. MPLab X, from what I've heard, is written in Java. It looks like Java. And it runs the same in Linux, Windows, and the Apple operating system. So that's something if you, and the cool thing about it is it's free and you can install, if you have all three of those operating systems, you can install it on all three of those operating systems. Super duper good. Now the other thing is there's a lot of free stuff from Microchip that I may get into it later. I'll start with this. High-tech C for the 8-bit microcontrollers. The part number that I worked with today was a PIC 16F690. And I just did all this afternoon. I installed MPLab X, and then after I installed that, I installed high-tech C, version 6.8, I think. I keep meaning to look that up, but I forgot. But I think it's 6.8. And if I click around quick enough, I may be able to tell you. Nope. PICC 9.83. I was way off. 9.83 is the version that I'm using. And I wrote a small program just to show that I was wrong. It can be done. Here it is. The LED is on because of how I have port C, excuse me, is set to 0x20, which lights the LED that I soldered on here. I can set that to 0, and I'm setting a 0 right here, which says port C is all low. And I hit the build button, and it does a little stuff there, and then I click program. You'll see it blink as it programs, and then boom. The running target means it's going. So there you go. Hi-Tech-C. You can actually do stuff in it. Cool. Now, like I was saying earlier, CCS has a lot of built-in functions, like the delay or output high on pin A1. That's nice. You pay for it. Yep, you pay in the end. But here we go. It's programming, and there it is. And all you have to do, click one button right here. It's called Make and Program Main or Program Device. And it compiles and programs all in one button click. If you just want to compile it and make sure you don't have any errors, you can hit the build button right there. But here you go, MP Lab and Hi-Tech-C, and you can actually make stuff work. Now, I will do my best through the next coming months and years to make a page, not in WordPress, because it's hard to find stuff sometimes, but an actual hard link page, or pages, more likely, of my travels in Hi-Tech-C. I will tell you that you will need the data sheet for whatever microcontroller that you work with. For these studies, I'll use the 16F690 for now, just because it fits on my Picket 2 board. And it's simple. It's got a couple LEDs on it. Some of them work, some of them don't. This board's been a long way. It has a button on it that I think does something. Switch 1 has a pot. We'll figure out all kinds of stuff, and I will put it on Tech-Tut, tech-tut.com, and have it there so everybody can see if they need some help or want to get into programming with C on Hi-Tech. Eventually, we'll get to projects like this, the Nixie tube clock, which I'm working on right now, trying to get a better tutorial of that now that I have time. I've been in school the whole time I've had Tech-Tuts. I've done 2 degrees and a diploma, and 7 years of college will wear a person out. I haven't really had a lot of time, and you can tell sometimes, to write really good stuff. But now that I have all the time in the world, I'm going to start doing that. I have a job, so I still have to focus on that and family. But this is written in CCSC for this Nixie tube clock. It had a lot of built-in functions and all that are great in CCSC, but I'm going to show that it's possible in Hi-Tech to do the same thing. Yes, we'll have to build our own functions and delays and all that, but it's really not that bad. It's kind of fun, actually, so we'll make good use of this. This will probably be the last project that I show on Tech-Tut with the Hi-Tech-C. Not the last project ever, just the last project leading up to a point to show what you can do in Hi-Tech-C, and then, you know, if I think of other cool things to do, we'll get to it. But it works. My apologies to Microchip for dogging them out a couple years ago. Now, my comments were made because I had no idea what I was talking about. I didn't have an education on this kind of stuff. I was fresh to electronics and wasn't even, I was just starting my college back then for electronics. I got my marketing degree before that, but You will need the data sheet and the user manual for High-Tech-C. I have the PIC 10, 12, 16 users guide, which is what I'm working with. And it shows you a bunch of stuff. I made it to page 52, and I pretty much just skipped to there because I wanted to see how to configure the fuses. But there you go. The Picket 2 High-Tech-C and MP Lab works. It's very possible. Now, there was one thing that I did say 3.5 years ago that was true. The code made for the high-tech compiler is not optimized. Paying the umpteen bajillion dollars for the actual professional version gives you optimized code of up to 40% smaller. That's pretty much all I've got here. Oops, my bad. I made some mistakes 3 years ago. As not subscribers, but followers of tech-tut.com, if you go on there and read the stuff that I write, make a comment if you find mistakes on anything. I'll fix it. Just make sure that it's founded. If you can prove me wrong, and it's probably not that hard to do, I'll be happy to fix it. And that's what I'm here for, is to learn. I share everything that I learn on tech-tut.com, and in hopes of helping other people. That's pretty much it that I have to say about High-Tech-C. I've tried my best not to be long-winded, but it doesn't matter how many tries, I still wind up being long-winded. Even with notes, I'm still long-winded. I hope you've enjoyed this. I will say that if you leave comments on tech-tut.com, which I prefer those because they're not anonymous, as say, if you don't like something or whatever. On YouTube, I don't like the thumbs down because it's anonymous, and some people just push thumbs down just to be hateful, but I guess I can't change that. I do appreciate feedback if you don't like something, though. So if you hit thumbs down, tell me why. If it's because I'm long-winded, well, I probably should have warned you at the beginning of this video. But thanks for watching. This is Robbie at tech-tut.com, and I look forward to learning this with everybody that wants to learn it. Those new to the hobby of microcontrollers, this is it. High-Tech-C works. Thanks for watching, and please leave feedback and let me know what you think about all this. Or anything, really. Entertain us.